Welcome to the Intuitive Therapist Podcast with Janis R. Cohen, therapist, clairvoyant, empath, and medium. Listen in as she takes a no-nonsense deep dive into real human struggles and how to resolve them. Janis will share channeled information from her spirit guide team, as well as the angels and archangels, to help you master your emotional, physical, financial, and spiritual destiny. And now, Janis R. Cohen.
Hey y'all, this is Janis Cohen, the Intuitive Therapist, here on the Intuitive Therapist Podcast. Welcome to another week. Well, this week I've had a flurry of unique ideas, unique concepts to talk about. And over the next several weeks, you're going to hear about them. Some of them you're going to look at and go, oh my God, that is really, really cool, hopefully. And others will remind you of things that I've already talked about, but perhaps you can now hear them in a different way. So I want to ask you a question, as I always do. What if the reason that you've always felt different is because you are? What if Earth isn't your original home? Maybe you've sensed it your whole life, like you're visiting a place that never quite fit. Well, today I'm unlocking the signs, the truths, and the origins of souls who come from beyond this planet Earth. And if that stirs something up inside of you, excellent, keep listening. Because your soul remembers. And by the end of this episode, so will you. So as you listen, I want you to notice which words activate something deep inside you. That's your inner knowing surfacing, so just let it show up. Now, most people never question their origin, right? But you do, and that's the first sign, right? So if you ever kind of wonder, are you actually here from Earth? That's kind of a sign that you're not. So for me, I have always felt different, and I never fit in, never did. And the beauty of being able to say that statement now without feeling shortchanged by life is that I now fully understand why. I fully understand who I am, where I'm from, and why I'm here. And I choose to feel proud about my uniqueness. And I choose to stand solid in knowing I am not from this earth. I know that 100% and have been shown that. And it's really, really cool. Now, I want to share some signs with you just to let you know if you're from another planet or not. Again, for some of you, this may sound really far out there, really weird. And then there are others of you who are like, yeah, I kind of feel these things, but I didn't realize that's what it was. And others of you may already know where you're from. So here are the signs that at least came up for me, where that might signal that you've been incarnated as an extraterrestrial or angelic being. One, you've always felt different, even in childhood. You struggle with earthly systems like money, politics, hierarchy. You have an innate sense that there's more, way more, than what we've been told about this earthly existence. You have a deep sensitivity to energy and sounds and emotions. You have recurring dreams or memories of other places, other lifetimes, and other worlds. You feel a strong mission, but society's goals don't resonate with you. And I know there are plenty of other signs, but these are the ones that came up for me. So if any of that resonates with you, you might be from another place. Now, what's interesting is that most of us, we're not taught to embrace our differences or weirdnesses, right? Or the fact that we're weird, and weird is really okay. I consider myself weird, and that's a good thing. Our eccentricities when we're kids can stand out, and many people don't know what to do with that stuff, right? And even at any point along the way, which is a very sad thing for sure, I know I didn't get the kind of support that I needed when I was a kid spiritually, because back in the early 70s, there was nobody in my life that knew anything about metaphysics, spirituality, being an empath, highly sensitive, none of that. So I never got that. But what if you could actually and finally see your uniqueness as blessings, not flaws or valid reasons to be rejected by others, but like valid and cool and, you're good just being you? And what if your uniqueness is actual proof of your true origins? And if you're not originally from Earth, where are you really from, right? Where does your soul come from? So I want to explore some major soul lineages that incarnate here on Earth. And I want you to think about where your strengths lie when I talk about these. Don't try to force yourself in any of these. It's likely that if you're from another planet, this is not the first time that you've wondered. Let that be the first key, okay? That said, notice if and when you might fit in, and where you might fit in any of these groups that I'm about to mention. Identify what resonates with you, and then keep listening, okay? And as I name these soul lineages, feel into your body. And if one of those names sends chills down your spine, and you don't have to know why, it just resonates, maybe a wave of emotion moves through you. Your soul is remembering, which is actually really cool, right? Okay, so here's some common extraterrestrial and angelic lineages on Earth. And if you're a study of spirituality, then you have likely heard of all of these things. You may not know exactly what they are or what they stand for, but you've heard. So I'm going to offer brief explanations, okay? Pleiadians. Many of you who are spiritually based and have studied have understood that the Pleiadians, they're people who are from the Pleiadians, and that is a planet far, far away, and they share very specific messages, love-based messages, healing. You could be very artistic, deeply connected to nature and energy work. You could be from the Pleiadians. Now, Arcturians are focused on advanced technology, futuristic visionaries, their high-level consciousness. So if that sounds like you, you might be from Arcturia. Now, the Syrians, not the Egyptians, but they're called Syrians. These are ancient wisdom keepers, protectors of knowledge, and they're deeply intuitive. So if you have, for example, visions of the past, or you have wisdom that's downloaded and you know very well that this is not your first incarnation, and you come from a place where you just naturally share wisdom, you could be a Syrian. Andromedans. They are freedom-focused, revolutionary thinkers, and they struggle with Earth's dense energy. Now, one thing I will say, I as an energy being, and maybe you have experienced this too, there are times where as an energy, I don't like to be trapped in my body. And so I will find ways to be free energetically. And a lot of the times that will be through dreaming. It's called astral traveling, and that's a whole other thing. I could talk about that. Where the energy of my soul leaves my body, and I kind of travel throughout the cosmos and do my thing. And there are times when I meditate where I allow myself to kind of leave my body and go float around and feel the expansiveness. One of the things that I most love is when I'm in meditation and I find myself leaving Earth, being able to see Earth, but being so far out in the cosmos that I'm just floating. And it's the most expansive, beautiful experience. Now, the Orions, they are deep seekers of truth, intense analytical minds, and they're drawn to ancient civilizations. Now, the Lyrans, they're fiercely independent, they are pioneering souls, and they are strong leaders. And then there's the angelic incarnates. They are here to uplift humanity, and they often struggle with human emotions and density. Okay, now I didn't go into great depths, but if you'd like to research any of these, I'm going to say them again. Pleiadians, it's spelled Pleiadians. The Arcturians, Arcturians. Sirians, Sirians. Andromedans, Andromedans. Orions, Orions. Lyrans, Lyrans. And of course, angelic incarnates. Now, your soul carries the blueprint of your home planet, and it shows up in your everyday life. So, what are the internal and external signs of your true origin? Internally, signs that let you know that you're not from here. You often feel homesick, but not for any place on earth. You have a deep knowledge of advanced concepts you've never studied. You've experienced time differently, either faster or slower than others. You see through illusions instantly, false authority, manipulation, societal programming. You feel disconnected from human drama and long for higher perspectives. So if you had a couple of these checks, then you could very well be from another solar system. They're having me say solar system, planet, or energetic system. Now, external signs and universal synchronicities that might signal that your true origin is not from Earth is that you attract deep, unexplainable eye contact with strangers. People often call you wise beyond your years or not from this world. You resonate with space, stars, and futuristic technology. You have an unshakable pull towards energy healing, spirituality, or sacred knowledge. And animals and children respond to you in a unique, almost telepathic way, and they are drawn to you. Okay? Now, your entire life has been leaving you breadcrumbs, and now you see them clearly, right? You're starting to see them clearly. So now that you know, or at least suspect, that you might not be from Earth, what next? What do you do with this knowledge? How do you use this information, and for what purposes? Now, the truth is, every single person who incarnates on Earth is here to express their divine uniqueness and is for the benefit of everyone. Whether you're here from Earth or you're an extraterrestrial or an angel, it's a goal of every soul to fully embody their truth, to show the world who they truly are, to guide and lead and be the light for other people. So I'm going to help explain how you can do that. Now, here's how you embody your star seed or angelic mission. The first is to fully own who you are. And if you haven't done that and you haven't truly embraced every aspect of you and you aren't good in just being who you are, that's where work needs to be done. Okay? Because this life is not about you trying to fit in. You're never meant to fit in. So if you embrace the fact that it took me a while to realize that I'm not going to fit in. Like, this is me, I'm different. Some people like me, some people think I'm weird. I'm fine with that. But I accept my uniqueness. I embrace it. I'm so proud of that. And so I'd like to encourage you to get to that point. Now, strengthen your connection with spirit, with the universe. So you want to be able to meditate. And we can all channel, we just don't give ourselves permission. So you can channel, and you can do that through journaling, where you ask the universe, what do I need to know right now? And you just write what you get. No thinking, you just write what you get. You can explore the Akashic records. And the Akashic records, fascinating, is, if you're not familiar with what they are a compendium of all the universal events, thoughts, words, emotions, and intent ever to have occurred in the past, present, or future, in terms of all entities, all life forms, not just human. And they're believed to be encoded in a non-physical plane of existence known as the mental plane, right? And so when somebody does an Akashic Records reading for you, what they're doing is they're really looking in your library of your soul, what your soul has been through, what your soul knows, what your soul is trying to accomplish now, where you're from, who you are, why you're here, all of that. That's in the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records are the records of your soul. So if you're curious, look into somebody who does Akashic Record reading. Now, the third piece is to find your soul family, right? Find your tribe. Seek out others who carry the same light, who have the same things in common, who perhaps believe the same things, and mix with them. The next is anchor into higher frequencies, right? So you're here to raise the earth's vibration. The more you own who you are, the more you choose happiness, the more you choose lightness, the more you choose peace, the more you choose growth and expansion, the lighter your energy becomes because you're letting go of what doesn't serve you, right? That's how you can anchor into higher frequencies. You can anchor into higher frequencies by imagining the version of yourself that you want to become and really feel into who he or she is, right? So you just take your time in meditation and you see, here's this version who has this, this, and this. How is he or she walking? How is he or she speaking? How is he or she thinking? What does his or her house look like? What kind of clothes is he or she wearing? What does he or she drive? Like, how does he or she feel? How are they experiencing themselves in this amazing aspect of who they are? And then, of course, live in purpose. Step into your purpose. Whether it's through healing or technology, teaching or art, yoga, your gifts are needed now. So the quicker you get into purpose, right? And purpose can be something different every day for you. It can be multi-pronged. We don't all just have one single purpose. There are things as we evolve and develop where our purpose one day could change to another. We are here to lighten the world up. Lighten them up and light the world up. So it's two things. They had me clarify that. So the more you embrace your true nature, the more powerful you become. And the world needs your power because the power isn't controlled. It's about inviting other people to step up into the highest version of themselves because you're walking your talk. You're living that way too. Now, your journey doesn't stop here. It's just beginning. So if this resonated with you, that's freaking awesome. I love it for you. I wanted to share a couple of resources with you. Some of them I've explored and I think they're really, really cool. Others I have not, but I would invite you to even do your own research. Now, there's a book on starseeds and galactic origins by Dolores Cannon. And a couple other authors. There are guided meditations for starseed activation, so you could look that up. The Akashic Records for past life exploration, you could look that up. I believe these are books. Light language and energy healing modalities, you could look those up. And there's one other one I have that I love. Hold on, I had to get it. It's by Marie Silva, and it's called Pleiadian Spirituality. The Secrets of the Pleiades, Astrology and Message from the Pleiadians. I connect very much to the Pleiadians. I just love their energy. And they just feel really, really good to me. So as you move through your day, let your subconscious reveal more to you. Just allow it to come. Don't allow your thinking mind to shut this down. The memories are going to come. The signs will appear. And when they do, I invite you to trust them because your soul already knows the truth. So if this episode activated something in you, I love that for you. Explore it. And guess what? You don't have to tell anybody. Just do it on your own. But if you feel called to share it with somebody else who you feel could benefit, please do. And remember, You're not alone. You're never alone. I'm here. If there's nobody else in your world that talks about stuff the way I talk about it, reach out to me. You've never been alone. And so I also want to invite you, if you've not subscribed, please go ahead and do and refer the podcast to other people. And also, please go ahead, hop on iTunes and rate and write a review. The more people that do that, the farther reach I have. Until next time, wishing you a blessed day, a wonderful week, and as always, live intuitively.
Thanks for listening to The Intuitive Therapist. If you like what you heard, the best compliment you can give us is to share this podcast with a friend. And be sure to give us some stars and a favorable review at Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen in.